If you are looking for the best controller settings in OG Fortnite, you clicked on the right video. I'm going to be giving you guys an in-depth guide on all the settings for the new chapter. And by the time you guys are watching this video, it is probably season 7 and Fortnite just added a new secret setting that all controller players have to know about. I mean, seriously, there is a way to get insane emphasis using the legacy settings, so make sure you stay tuned and watch the whole video. Now I just want to put a quick reminder, not everybody's settings is going to feel the same. Some of us play on different FPS with different inputs. So that means your settings and my settings won't feel like Faceway settings. If you want to know how to get the least amount of input delay in the new chapter, make sure you check out my recent video. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. So first off, in the video tab, you want to be on full screen, 1920 by 1080, have VSync off. Your frame rate really depends on your setup, and make sure you're on performance mode. Now your graphic settings is really up to you, but I have them set like this just for recording purposes. Now make sure you have your 3D resolution on 100. You can move it down to about 90 if you have a lower end PC. And the rest of these is really up to you, and it depends on your PC and your system. Now if you go over to the game tab and you go over to movement, make sure your mantle activation is on hold jump, because if you have it on hold forward, you'll just be mantling automatically, and trust me, I've died to that so many times in the new season. So just make sure that's on hold jump. Now I have all these right here turned off just because I don't really use them. Now going over to preferred item slots, this is really important. Make sure you copy these right here because these are the most optimal item slots for the new season. Your shotgun needs to be in your first slot, so you want to cycle through all your different guns and everything else in your inventory. And then your SMG, because the pump SMG meta is still kind of broken. And then I have my AR and then 2 consumables. In the new season, you want to make sure you're carrying 2 consumables because heals are very rare to find. Now you can turn on auto store consumables to right, but because of the preferred weapon slots, you don't really need that on. Now I've reset building choice on, disable pre-edit option off, and turbo building on. And auto confirm edits, this is where things get a little tricky. Now I have it set to edit only. I know some people have it both. If you have it on both, that basically means when you reset and when you edit, it does it by itself and you don't have to press the confirm button. Now if you do have this turned completely off, then it does give you a little bit less input delay, but you won't be as consistent with your edit. And me personally, I would rather be more consistent than have less input delay. So I'm gonna just leave mine on edit for now. Now everything else I have turned off just because I don't use it, except for my tap to search to interact. And your replays, you want to have that turned off, and your energy saving settings, you want to have that turned off too. Now your reticle and damage feedback is really up to you, but these are the most optimal for me. Now your HUD scale, you at least want to have it lower than 65 because naturally the HUD scale is on 100 and it's way too big and it feels like your screen is really cluttered. So I'm gonna just keep mine on 50. Now all these settings right here are really up to preference, but feel free to copy them. Now gyro options, you want to make sure you have all of these turned off because you don't want your game doing any more than it has to. You don't want your game searching for a gyro stick that's not even there. So make sure you have all of these off. Now your mouse and keyboard settings. You might be asking, why am I going over mouse and keyboard settings in a controller video? But your mouse and keyboard settings actually affect your controller sensitivity. And let me show you how. So now that we're in creative, let me show you what I mean when I say your keyboard and mouse sensitivity affects your controller sensitivity. So I'm gonna turn all the sensitivity down to 0 and then I'm a free build. Now me, I can definitely tell it makes a bit of a difference just because like I feel more stiff and I don't feel as smooth and as flicky. So now if I put all of these on max and then I free build, it should be a bit of a difference. I can definitely tell the difference. Like it feels a lot more smooth and flicky. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I can definitely feel the difference. Now moving over to the controller tab, make sure you copy all of these just how I have them. Now some of these options up here, I'm gonna be honest, they don't really do a whole lot, but your look sensitivity and your aim sensitivity definitely has an effect on your advanced options. So if you go right here and turn off advanced options, you should be on the default look sensitivity. So just like the keyboard and mouse sensitivity, these have an effect on your advanced option settings. Now I have mine set to 5 just because that's the best for me, but feel free to play around with it. But moving on, I have my build mode set to 2.3, my edit mode set to 2.4, and my look horizontal and vertical speed set to 43. I have all my boosts set to off and have my ADS speed and vertical speed set to 11. Now in this season, there has been a little bit of a debate on which is better, linear or exponential. I'm just gonna put it to you guys like this. If you want to be a fast flicky player, then use linear. If you want to be like Faceway, use linear. Now if you want to be like Reet and be a more smooth, have better aim, and be a more consistent player, then use exponential. Now both of the players that I named are still tier 1 pros, but they have completely different play styles. But in this season, I did hear exponential gives you a little bit of a boost on your aim assist. Now if you really want to get the max amount of aim assist in the new season, make sure you follow these steps very carefully. You want to set your look dampening time to 0.03, have your aim assist on 99, then press copy from basic, then press copy from legacy, and then click back. but don't save it. Leakers have confirmed that doing these steps will give you the old legacy aim assist. Now the season is only out for a month, so make sure you take advantage of this because us controller players can go around terrorizing the keyboard players again. But moving on, I have my dead zone set to 1010 just because my controller is old and I get a lot of stick drift. And make sure your foot controller and the rest of these settings are off. Now moving over to my controller binds, some of these binds are kind of old. And I said that because this button right here, the augment select, there are no augments in OG Fortnite, so that's really kind of useless. So if you haven't looked at your controller binds in a while, make sure you go through and change them and make sure that anything that was from the old season, you don't still have it binded. But yeah, these are my controller binds, nothing too special here. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and follow the Twitch link in the description. But it's Winter, I'm out, peace.